One of the few teams to not make roster changes coming into the new year. 3D Max on our screens on the CT side is big. Storm out middle. It's going to be a bash.
Oh, and Gravity starts strong. Oh, my God. He's on for the ace. All right, Gravity. You better be ready to yell something in German, I swear. 4 kills off of that P2K sequence to open up. It don't get sweeter than that. Well, maybe it does. Crimbo. Tasty prospect. Gravity looking to start this off with an ace in the pistol.
He's got it.
First round of this elimination game, and Gravity one shy of all 5 in the pistol. Still a minute left to play with here.
Crimbo could top it, but they are scaling. They are playing a layered defense. So he can't isolate very well. He knows they're on the bomb. Looking for a lurker, there is none. 3D Max stacked up. And Crimbo got to hit something unbelievable here. He can isolate, but Lucky finds that headshot. There it is.
Regarde-moi, regarde-moi, ouais. T'as 50 ans, regarde-moi, frère. Go les baiser, frère. Voilà.
They don't speak French.
I absolutely love this guy, though. I absolutely love this guy.
That was a crazy 4K.
One of the things that's so cool about this development of Gravity just being king shit talker deluxe, like, look at Tabson smiling away. He hasn't been yelled at like this in years, bruh. This is like Carrigan was yelling at Tabson the other day in German.
And awkward for Big to not punish the missed elbow smoke because actually 3D Max have no one here. Crimbo throws a fake on the A side. It's not going to do much when Exercise has all of main. So Gravity brings the heat down the ramp. He gets denied, and now the B hit is on.
A push, though, leaves this B site under defended. Maka got to make up for it with the buffed Phalanx. He's good for 2. Joko on the rotate over, but that molly has really ruined his day. Low on health now, and the nade will find him. Tabson from range. And so here's Big pulling up. Those guns come out, and straight away, success for the big boys. Gravity going for that push was the first domino to fall. Right as it felt like 3D Max were piecing together the info on the round.
With one of Vitality phase eventually to be here. It's a terrifying time. JDC, the mid-man of this team, off and out at the front of the pack, takes that entry. Joko's out of the picture. Big get up on the heaven side as well. They've got full control here. 3D Max is going to have to make a mid-round move. They love the re-clear of middle. They were doing it all major long. Rarely playing mid off of spawn, but more often than not, coming through late, smoking their own escape. JDC will get finished. 3D Max go back to that B-bomb site. Got to clear this corner now. With that molly down, no excuse. Tabson good for it. 2 players still on B.
A well-timed push here for Exercise. Gonna catch them, backs turned. Crimbo might have turned around to check it, but just seconds too late on that. And so now this kind of grinds to a bit of an awkward halt. If you're Big, you know you're walking into a stack here. Or at least you could assume with the push coming in deep through a main like that. They should be prepared for 2 players. It's Maka and it's Lucky. And Maka good for the first. Gonna get run through eventually. It's Kyubi with that trade. Big looking for their second round.
Ooh, the punish could be good. He scoped it long side right now. There's a barrel poking out. Lucky's got the drop on both players. There's one, and there's the second. Lucky creeping in just in time.
Oh, apparently there was a bit at the start as well that we missed out on. But yeah, the gist of it was that they're bad.
Yeah, well, Big, are you bad? Time to prove you're not. Are they bad or are they back to this B-bomb site with a triple setup? Gravity not pushing in this time. We've got an AWP on the line as well. Maka gonna need smokes in here, but Big only have one. It goes out on short side, so Maka's got an open runway to find these picks. Oh, bottle to the face. Oh, and he still hits quick. A shot.
Clean for Maka, but now in hot water, needs to get bailed out. His teammates falling like flies. Maka's having to do this alone. Finally, Crimbo runs him down. That was a heads-up play from Crimbo, closing the distance after that shot connects. It's exactly what was required of him. And now the plant found JDC in position to manipulate these rotates, and manipulate he shall. Low HP on Exercise as he moves up through the spawn. Crimbo on a deep line. Exercise should be dead to rights here. Crimbo's got him in a box. Oh God, it's getting awkward for Crimbo, but he will pick it up. Ooh, Tabson was about to yell back. They're all yelling back. They're all yelling back. Gravity's getting under their skin. Bigger replying.
Yeah, big, pretty stoic team, so nice to see them buying.
Oh, I fucking love this. Let's go.
I'm down, Harry.
Gravity is upsetting the boys. Listen.
Gets his molly in, but 3D Max pull out of middle pretty early in this round. Just use it for info. It's Joko spotting. Going to get smoked off. 3D Max lose a lot of info in mid. Aka still hits his shot though with the AWP gone in main. That's a big opening pick for 3D Max.
And Big had actually put a fair bit of tension over towards A, right? They had Crimbo there as well. They're wrapping up through mid. They were ready to be in position to split this A site, and they might still follow through with that. Maka's AWP, though, is not rotated off, and 3D Max is still pressing the advantage home as they try to clear out middle. JDC will get overran.
It's ugly.
And so it's down to 3 here for Big. The real estate they have kind of forces them into this A play, but in doing so, they're going into the AWP, and they haven't even encountered Joko yet, who's up on the boost. Here's Joko making his play. Still not even needed. It's just the Maka AWP right now. And it's looking pretty infallible. There's Joko finally making his move.
Hype looking B now. Maka here with the read. Through the molly go Big. They actually missed that Molotov, but still get into the cave position. They get further. Tabs is just going for it right now. He's found an entry on the AWP while they were pushing down the ramp. 3D Max now feeling constrained, constricted in this site. They're going to go aggressive, try and hunt down the in-game leader. Gravity's done it at least. That saves his B hit from coming in. But they're going to let Big get comfortable, play this as a unit. They've got a good flank timing. Bomb drop, QB trying to take long. Nade on default, a little bit too early, but this bomb is taking its sweet time. The flank is not. Crimbo kills it coming in, and Gravity chases down a plant, adding in some chaos into this site. QB's not going to get a plant for free. He's going to get peeked, but he nails a headshot, and now he can get the stick off. A lot of damage done. Big in a great position. Hype just goes for the kill, and QB finishes them. Oh, he is playing a great game right now. And a blocking smoke that Big are going to break and still hit this site.
Up close, it's Lucky. Good for the first. Exercise, blind spam, gets another off the Deagle.
Oh, no.
Oh dear, it's awkward for Gravity. Maybe able to get past JDC, so that's the site opened up. Exercise, one more back off this Deagle, but he's got to keep that ball rolling if 3D Max want a chance. Big battle into the 2v2. JDC actually getting aggressive here. Taking a more active stance over towards Long. Wants to take this spot away from Exercise's Deagle, and that's a big move for JDC. Maka too low, too far away. And no real route back into this round in the 1v2. I like that from JDC. Sure, it's a bit of a risk walking the long position, but it's a very strong bit of ground to gain. He will get backstabbed here. Maka's got one for free. Barrel now spotted. Oh God! Big have messed this all up. Everyone's messed up everything because we missed that. Hyped will get the trade, and so it's all laid to rest. It's okay.
Yeah. I think he doesn't know JDC's low, so he's going for the close kill. But if he went for the far kill, he could have flicked onto JDC, but he knows he needs 2 digs if he's full health. So that's why it looks silly. If he knows JDC's low, he plays that differently. Good turn for Hype. It's not an easy shot. He was already scoped in. Couldn't unscope. Ugh, just a generally ugly round, but one that at least comes through for Big, despite the eco stack. Lucky down the ramp. Blinded. Good flash. A big 5v3. A very hard round to lose right now. They've been just incessantly hitting this B bomb site. may as well go back to it. Maka lines up a
God.
double. They're up on top of the wood. He doesn't know. Scope Deep could catch Hyped instead. Crimbo is the real target. Up close, hits him with their little feet poking out. Maka grabs a third. And somehow a 3v5, one out by 3D Max off the back of their in-game leader.
All right, the individuals have kept 3D Max in this CT half after all, and now they've broken Big's money. A chance to split this first half 6-6 with Big. All they've got to do is get past this one gun on JDC. Get a little for Hyped, but that's a ways away, and the AK is already lost in middle. Into Maka's AWP again, positioned perfectly in both of these rounds is the captain and AWPer of 3D Max.
Through the smoke again, this guy's fearless right now. Can you blame him? They even break the CT1 as 3D Max keep the pressure on. Bomb is loose, and QB, who had all the space, has to run back for it. Meanwhile, Flank is here to secure the half. Somehow doesn't, but 3D Max still do. Beautiful recovery in the last couple of rounds here for Maka, who puts on a show, and 3D Max split the half. Anyone's game, Harry. That's what we love. And that's what we expected here. A long, drawn-out three-map affair for sure between these two squads as they scrap for middle, akin to the first pistol. JDC up on Heaven, finally connects a shot. He's been making these jumps over consistently. Did it in the phase game as well to get that Heaven position.
Having him in the deeper position seems like it's enough for Big. But eventually that was going to change. There's the peak. Maka! That's ugly! And Sakyubi gets away with murder. Bit of help from Crimbo. It's worth its weight in gold. That's the lane cleared out. Quick taps for Tapson. And now just Lucky left up in the 1v4. A lot of work to do for Lucky. And time is quickly running out. 30 seconds left on the clock as Big start to surround him. They've jumped up Heaven. They push through Cave. Two players ready to receive on the long side. They get the spot from Heaven. And now they know where Lucky is. These two players at long, primed and ready to fight this. 15 seconds, Lucky. Better live up to his name if he wants to turn this one around.
Nice! Nice!
3D Max usually have good gimmicks, right? Good way to try and make rounds like this worth it. I'm curious what Maka has been cooking. That's one delivered to him. Now he's got the pistols here to back him up. Maka waits. That patience is rewarded, and Tapson's going to get overran. B-site falls. JDC doesn't want to get caught out in the open here. This is one gun. A Galil purchased up and a bunch of Glocks for 3D Max in a 3v2 post-plant. Damage done onto Crimbo. Maka tries his hand at the repeat. That's the rifle gone. JDC's got a freebie here. Lucky out in the open. And it's all eyes on Gravity, who gets whittled down, finished off, and spammed out. Big will recover. And I feel like it puts them in these positions a lot where they can try and break through early. Let's see if they can deliver on that, because Big coming in with a vengeance here all the way down ramp. Tapson about to come through this smoke behind these players in middle. And this is from a ramp push.
Crazy.
Gravity shot in the back. 3D Max might have taken middle, but this round is starting to fall apart past that. Bomb away. It's dropped down in mid. Joko and Lucky having to go back for it, but even this is frustrating because now they give up red room. They were holding the rotates, and they had three players for Big trapped on the B side of the map. That's no longer the case, having to go back and get this bomb.
3D Max needs some sharp shots. This is still a good fight for them, though. V, the A1S, gonna get the boost up. Go for the swing. QB still gets a kill in a bit. Mac on his last legs. This round is dead in the water. Dead as a doorknob. Big shutting it in their face. Fake Plant is admittance that this round is not happening.
Counter-terrorist win.
It's getting a bit quiet in the 3D Max camp. They got a reason to believe, a reason to scream. JDC doesn't seem to think so. Another quick Heaven climb from him. He hits that jump every single time. Big explosion, one rifle round. They're making it interesting.
As they so often do.
Oh, so much.
It's Tapson after just throwing down the gauntlet and yelling back at them. He's on this backstab with JDC. Tapson is the tip of the spear in this retake.
They've got CT control and the plant for them. This is such a good position for 3D Max. Big. They don't realize that 3D Max know where they're all coming from, so they've got to go soon.
Smoke down.
Oh dear.
Bam's not connecting.
Oh no.
Bam will only just connect in time. Stops that defuse. Joko still a threat, and even more. Joko pushing in for the killing blow. And now Maka's on his feet, yelling back at Big.
Big buy in, and now they can't buy a thing. It's down to pistols. Even spammed by Gravity on default. Reality check for Big that this game is not done yet.
I actually think things get really uncomfortable for Big if they end up falling short here, right? This is a map that Big are trying to make a staple of their map pool. They have first picked it every time they've played since this roster was put together, wherever they can. It is their go-to right now, the one they're trying to make the backbone of this squad. My God, the pistol's breaking through. This would be one hell of a wild round, but 3D Max face it head on. But here versus 3D Max, they should be looking for the win on this map to open up the series. Inferno is the one up next, is 3D Max's pick, and not one we've seen Big frequent all too much. Only win they have on it was versus Imperial here in Katowice.
JDC just bailed Crimbo out. I want to see, to the Observer team, JDC at the start of a round, hit this jump, because I presume he's just doing it all on himself. I never see him get run boosted, and he's up in heaven every single time. So, he's done it like 2 or 3 games in a row, and I actually haven't seen him miss it. So, maybe we can catch at the start of a gun round. This is a scary spot to be in for 3D Max. Man down. QB doesn't overdo it in main. And we have info gathered on B, so Big know where this one's going. QB runs back. Oh, he has no idea. He's being hounded down, hunted in the main, and Crimbo only gets a single kill. This one has slipped through Big's fingers. Should JDC not reload? Runs out of ammo.
If he gets that kill, if JDC gets away with it, if he has the ammo to commit to that fight and doesn't run out within 2 bullets, it's suddenly a retake on, right? But instead, he was never competitive in the fight. Now he's too low. Even though they have good positioning on Tabson, who was ready to flank in through main, it's not a round they can justify. And this is, again, a limitation of the money, right? This is why we say Big aren't in the driver's seat in this game anymore. 3D Max started to overtake them.
Oof.
Right as the rounds start mattering, and now even these saves are getting a little bit dirtier for Big. Tabson found on the exit, 1 less gun for Big going forward.
JDC faces no resistance. It's all 5 outside this B side for 3D Max. They're just going in. They're going up the ramp. There's a molly in their face. They don't seem to care. Joko gets the entry again, but this is the bomb committed. Tabson will meet it right there as Hype lines up another shot. It's Maka to save this round from disaster. 2v2. They go for more damage. Crimbo pulls all the way back. He can set up on a flank. JDC, does he realize where they're rooting? As Crimbo resets, don't tell me they're going to call the bluff and go through this smoke. That would be a crazy maneuver. JDC.
And to that goal, if they do go back B, then Big have responded to this exactly how 3D Max wanted. Maka, he got out of this 2v2 exactly what he demanded, which was to split the defense. There is only JDC left to worry about, and they're moving in to clear him. That is so well handled from 3D Max. That is a picture-perfect move in this 2v2.
Super smart, dude. Super smart. The freeze in CT, so even if Big are searching on the flank, they're not going to find them. They might even rotate. But yeah, like you said, that's the exact reaction that 3D Max wanted. They get it. Crimbo has to try this round. He's got the nades. He's got the kit. He needs the kill, and Maka will not allow it. 2 kills from him and Exercise each put 3D Max within reach of this win.
They're the ones at the deficit. They're the ones feeling desperate. The ones with bank accounts close to running out. But there was the opener. And as the response attempts to come in from Lucky, it's picked apart. Big, they're able to withstand the start of this round from 3D Max.
It's very split. Very split. No trades available. A clean entry will come in. They don't know the gravity got out of the cave. He is so deep. This is a 3v5 again that 3D Max are making happen. Act 10 overwhelmed eventually. They actually decide to leave. They decide to reset completely, but Big still have the time to get back in this A site. They're a bit worried that someone has taken space. That's not the case. Flanking Donut, they hit every single step. Crimbo coming in with his knife out, absolutely confident that this is where the round's ending, and he might be right. Not to Big's favor, 2v2 now.
Double back turned. Hyped is closing the gap, and they don't know. They think they've dealt with middle. 3D Max leave Donut. They're going to battle forward. Group pack mentality, but into Tabson they go. And he tears through them. Big have got a relish in these rounds, right? They finally convert a 3v5 that was getting out of control. They hold on to it.
The must win. JDC hits the jump again. Clean movement gets him up heaven. They're going to burst out through that smoke, but he is so goddamn blind. 3D Max, I remember back in Shanghai, Harry, they had incredibly good mid takes. The flashes are unrelenting. Multiple layers of utility into middle gets them every entry in this round.
Big have just not been able to hold on to these winning moments, and now you're left looking. It's the two new boys for Big, Hyped and Kyubi, playing for their lifeline on Ancient. The map that Big are trying to make their home map now falls to the new boys on the block for Big Clan to keep them in this. Kyubi closes the net over middle, gets the info that this is clear, and joins up with Hyped back in the donut. Big are in the right place, but this is the trial by fire for Hyped on that AWP. First shots miss. Kyubi now feeling the burden to get involved. Him and Hyped find kills apiece. Oh man,
Smokes.
This is the time to show why Big bought them in.
Full short.
After relative success in Shanghai, but a sour ending, Big still made changes. Can Kyubi and Hyped show us that they were the men for the job? Looking for this bomb in a 2v4, Kyubi with the tap, Spam connects, Hype goes hunting, Exercise spammed out, they both find it, and these new faces in the big jersey keep Ancient alive.
Krasser Klatsch, Leute!
And so no one wants to be that first man to fall. Hyped tried to stay on the angle, and after 2v4ing in the round prior, will that be a moment he regrets? Kyubi does what he can, but it's all about Maka. 3 kills on that AWP, 4th to JDC, and the round is won. The battle is over. It's only Crimbo left, saving this M4.
They have near nothing to show for it. We can get a glass orb and maybe one more rifle. Check these shots. That's quick. And treats his team just perfectly. Big put everything they can into this final chance.
Look, these last few rounds have been dominated by individual performances, right? So as a result, you still can't discount the limited buy that Big bring in.
How?
To go from winning a 2v4, an impossible task for Hyped and Kyubi to level out this game, only to them have it snatched away at the hands of the captain of your opponents. That is heartbreaking for Big on their home map. They've got a man down early. Crimbo caught. Space taken by Exercise. 3D Max.
Walking through a choke point, it doesn't feel like it's going to happen. Big use their smoke to block, but it won't stall out this play. They're already in the site. Tabson learns the hard way.
When Tabson dies like that, it just shows you didn't have a read over what was happening in the round. You didn't know what was happening in this A site, and so 3D Max, they feel that. They feel all that tension starting to come undone. Any doubt they had that this game was theirs, starting to move away from them now as they are in pole position. They have all the room to work with.
Kyubi's on B.
Kyubi still hasn't even started to rotate over yet, and so this retake is going to be slow. It's going to come down to the wire. Big, this is it. The last hurrah, the last chance at redemption. And Maka will not give them that room, will not give them that respect. They're locked out at Donut. And it ends in a slow burn, a slow crawl. Disappointment for Big on their map pick unless JDC and Kyubi can do the impossible. And JDC is in a box. 3D Max pull up. And from round one, they're talking shit. They're getting in the heads of Big. And now they've run away with Big's map pick.
And how 3D Max pack play into B, blocked by the smoke, but not enough. They go storming through those Julies, tear through a couple. Gravity still gets that trade with the site lost here for Big. What are they going to do about it? JDC dinked out, and this retake is on. It's not going to be fun.
Two players pushed up over here, ready to turn around his exercise and lend a helping hand. But with three about to peek in, things could get messy. Joko dead straight away. Only one back from exercise. Big have picked up the advantage. JDC even finds one more. It's all eyes on the captain. 1v3. First connects. Now they know where Maka is. Does that make dealing with him any easier? They're on the bomb. They're sticking this. Maka with a swing. Can't put a stop to this now. So Pistol picked up for 3D Max as Maka goes on a tear.
The tilt of a Tapson. Don't know why he even gets off the bomb. That's one thing I don't like about CS.
They can send Gravity in on the Mag-10, have the rifles hang back a little. Gravity could get the info. And that's exactly what they do. They send him in, but he doesn't see much before he falls. It's a good trade out of Lucky. And now that penny's going to drop, right? They've seen enough bodies over towards B to know they want no part of it. They left exercise over in the apartments. He was keeping the A site warm and ready for 3D Max to move in, but Crimbo goes uncleared. That is a lesson that 3D Max might live to regret. It's an awkward way to learn as this one is robbed away from them in the dying moments of the round. One man tucked in is enough to steal it away from 3D Max. 3D Max now seeing if they can reply. They had a chance there to find Tapson on a jiggle out along. They hear the scout. I think this entices you to want to go for the A play. That scout doesn't feel too threatening, too scary. Let's see if Hyped can change their mind on this. Smoke down over at Moto, but it's far from perfect. Angle's still available. They could try creep into the cubby, maybe get a boost going, or they just walk straight through. It looks like it's going to be the latter. Deagle tries to charge in. There's an opener for Maka. Lucky makes his way up the short side, and JDC, nearly awkward, gets out with one, leaving this Maka versus Kyubi. But Maka's been the man to watch in these moments. He's won a bunch of these important rounds for 3D Max. These swing rounds in the game. He's up against Kyubi.
No way. Around the world? You would expect Apps every time. He's going to probably go molly Apps short. He's waiting the smoke to fade. That's just going to win Maka the round. He's taking so long. Why would you be ready for this? He sees he's off the bomb. Maka wins the clutch again. So at a minute, already regrouping back in mid. Lucky should be looking to sell this one on B as they wrap the long side. Oh, that's a perfect kill to keep big here.
There's no way they get burned by Crimbo again, surely.
He's just scared them long a little bit by throwing that flash. It sounded like an info flash. He's going to hear them running through that short smoke. Surely they've got to clear.
Yeah, it's the exact same position, exact same player. Crimbo, this time checked immediately. Joko is not falling for the same trick twice.
3D Max, of course, relentless. Still looking to take everything away. They can find that hero M4 back at the site. It is up for the taking right now. Whoa, it's an ugly spray. And that's all 3D Max wanted. A couple of kills on the way out. They'll get every single one. 3-1 lead here for the French.
So much of this now is going to hinge on Hyped hitting the ground running, right? He's playing CT side to open up. This is where the AWP's got to find its impact. He'll be given freedom to move around on it and make his plays, and so it's going to be down to him whether or not he is in the right place in these rounds.
Joko's heard it, so they're even hunting. Don't throw this round away by taking 1v1s in B. Maka dies, and suddenly Crimbo goes back to that B side. Tapson now knows he has a 1v1 at B, so I don't want to see Lucky fighting. He is, of course. If Big throw HEs, he's in trouble.
This is a really active stance from Exercise.
So
this
early.
is a good example of some active lurking from him, right? Taking a deep line.
Oh dear.
Smoke does hit him, and he tried to take that fight knowing that they'd got the info. But Crimbo's ready. Here's the push up through Banana. Big have got to hit the ground running here, but there's Maka reclaiming that kill in towards top B. With Maka still alive, I'm not ready to write this round off. He has an insane propensity for finding success in these sorts of moments. Crimbo catching a timing on Joko out in mid, and now Util trickling in over A.
Counter-terrorists win.
Good A-hold for Crimbo. Already building a very strong case for a T-side here. Our 3D Max are going to go again. Aggressive, fast up middle. What a pick. Hyped meets that orb. Fair and square, and it comes up for 3D Max. Crimbo, the only A defender right now, his teammate at the long side. They push her a smoke. 3D Max getting a little eager, a little keen. They don't know Crimbo's still on the balcony.
Too horny.
Oh,
Too horny for this. Crimbo, quick turn. Ready for the push up through the short side still. This could get weird. Crimbo low on health, finished off by gravity. This is an all-in brawl of a round. 3D Max wanting to uppercut big out of Inferno.
Everyone's missing smokes.
I mean, this round has been the type of fast calling that comes from intuition. It's aggressive, it's in your face. There's no precision on these smokes. It's a brawl. Lucky, can he clutch up for 3D Max? That would be salt in the wound. As Lucky is one kill away. The individual prowess shines for 3D Max as they thrive in the chaos. The AWP will have come out once in the entire first half of Inferno. Aids onto top banana. The stack finds Kyubi to open up. Maka spamming. Nothing connects. They hear that AWP firing off over a B. Look at the rotate. Look at what it's caused for Big. Hyped brings his AWP into the fray.
Two
A site gets so weak. Crimbo left once more, as he has been time and time again, as the only defender in the A site.
How much can you expect for one man? As soon as they get that information, he's going to be dead to the long side. Gravity is seconds away from uncovering the truth of this A site, and Crimbo shot in the side of the head. 3D Max forced that rotation out along, and they take the gap immediately. The cooling has been sublime on this T side. 5v2, they continue to hunt. They never let off the gas, and Hyped may have his AWP, but it could be only for one round.
Yeah. Let's change to the Hyped POV in a moment. Let's see this fight between Gravity and tabseN, and then let's watch Hyped as he holds on to the first AWP he has had in this CT half. This is the round he gets to play. Hyped with the AWP, desperate to hold on to it. If it falls, he doesn't get another. This AWP doing all it can to stay in the picture for Big, but it's on a timer. Gravity takes it away.
Regarde-moi, je suis long. Concentre-toi, frère.
Under this leadership of tabseN forever, the mantra has been the AWPer gets the AWP as often and as frequently as possible. When CS2 was in the squad, you'd see him donning scouts and whatnot. It was always the priority to have that AWP up as often as you can. Big were not a squad where their AWPers were known to rifle. And so an abject failure that only one AWP got to come out in this first half.
Again, they avoid the stack. It was on A side this time. JDC gets a cross shot as that smoke goes up on CT. So maybe Big have a hope in hell. They certainly have to try. But with no kit in this 4v3, they've got to hit their shots quickly. These smokes begin to fade. Maka in the pool with the AWP, trying to force the kill. 2v4 in an instant. It comes crumbling down onto the clutch, and Gravity can't hold up. Big finally have something to celebrate near the end of this half, and it falls on Crimbo, the only guy doing anything in this game for Big.
Nice, schön, man.
What was the point in having an AWP if you never fired a bullet that meant anything?
Goes for active apps, and I like this because 3D Max have been in this position numerous times on this T side. Back to back with Crimbo, conceding middle. It's a big risk, but it's a risk Big have to take at this point in the game. Oh, Crimbo doesn't clear it, and Exercise holding passive punishes. The AWP is still here. It pulls back to the A site. It might get run at here as 3D Max smoke off long and just look to move up the lane. Auto smoke. Hyped against the world. JDC joins him with a crossfire. This is his best bet. He nails it. First head-to-head v Maka. It does connect, but that molly does nothing to protect the angle. Exercise finds an entry. Another 1-for-1. 3D Max will take this every day of the week.
All right, JDC in the Crimbo angle. This angle robbed around from 3D Max earlier on, and since that point, they've checked it every time. JDC in a box, trying to buy time for Kyubi. Does get it down to this 1v1. Lucky holds his own. And so 3D Max telling one hell of a tall tale right now. 9-3 on their map pick as they want to eliminate Big in embarrassing fashion. And Big are left trailing behind with just 3 rounds to their name, heading into their T half. of Inferno.
Yeah, bigger cooked. They were even laid out at spawn while they tried to swap pistols, so shook right now by this series, and maybe over before it begins if 3D Max land this pistol square in the face. Lucky gets dinked. So 3D Max, I was going to say cool off, but Joko doesn't seem to feel the same.
Yeah, it's been a tale of relentless aggression from 3D Max, never knowing when to quit. Now they're on the CT half, but a pistol round win would tee them up for victory. That's what's on the line here. Big are now fighting for their life in Katowice. Maka, double lineup. The captain continues to put 3D Max on his back and haul them over that finish line.
Oh, it just feels like Big are done, dude. They throw the molly in. They just respect it. They think, oh, yeah, he won't re-peak. Maka chooses, I'm going to die in this molly. I'm going to take everyone down with me. These rarely get as successful as you hope. Back in the day, maybe, but Exercise dodges that flash in his position. It's an ugly spray. Molly on short pushes him out. A couple of kills come in, but 3D Max still connect the dots and shots to set this up for success. No smoke will hold this team back. Joker runs him down, and it's an 11-3. Big may not even get AKs in this game, for crying out loud.
Playing versus better and better opposition. In the past, that was gimmicks. In the past, that was little tricks up their sleeve. But this team is becoming more and more tactically refined as time goes on. The individual's getting better, and now they're waging mental warfare. They're always trying to press every little advantage.
All right, Big might get one round at the end here.
Gravity still believes.
No way.
Happen. That's a lineup.
Ooh.
A lot of damage, but Big are able to keep it contained.
Imagine what that could have been. There were 3 players behind that smoke. Like that he tried, but after a double entry up Banana, Big will land one.
It's a force buy up around the saved AWP and the M4, and Maka immediately puts that AWP to work. Think about how different this CT half has got to be already for 3D Max. That AWP making an appearance super early on in the game after success in the pistol. Maka has now had this AWP in 5 rounds, as much as Hyped got to don it in the first half. Gravity over at long. Gonna play ahead of that smoke down on Moto. This is a risk. It's not without its potential consequences, and JDC finding him opens up space for Big in this round. Lucky even dealt with, and they know this AWP is over at A. Maka's looking to save. Crimbo wants to deny it. So Maka is given no say in the matter. I mean, right now 3D Max are calling like they're in the from the front, right? And fair enough, they do have multiple chances to take this game over the line. They're just going to keep running back these fights for Banana. Joko, full blind, still gets out with one. A quick boost up for Maka as he tries to turn the tide. There was a golden opportunity. Gravity over at long, catches QB with his back turned. 3v4, Big. It's all eyes on these remaining 3. Crimbo joins up with Hyped over in the top of mid. Bomb's going to get picked up by JDC. They're digging deep here, trying to pull back this round. All blind was Crimbo, and he gets out with an important swing kill there on Exercise, making a move in the apartments. Gravity attempts to play his hand. Oh my god! That transfer is despicable! Gravity starts this one off, screaming Big down, and he ends it with a bombastic closing sequence to eliminate Big from IEM Katowice.
Yeah, 3D Max turning heads today, making fans maybe, and certainly making enemies in and out of the server as they show up screaming down the house in the Hall of Heroes.